Lift up your head to the rising sun. This is J Roll from the J Roll Call podcast, coming to you with another exciting episode. This week, we have Mr. Ike Lester, artist. He is one of the world-renowned major artists, especially coming from the New York and New Jersey area. He is a major caricature person, and we're going to talk with him today. And Ike, we're just welcoming you to the show. How you doing today?
I'm wonderful, man. I'm enjoying being here with you. How's that?
I appreciate it. So we have a couple of questions that we just want to ask you, so our audience can get a chance to know you a little bit better. All right?
Okay. Fire away.
What's your favorite color?
Van Dyke Brown.
Ben Dyke Brown?
Van
All
Dyke
right.
Brown.
Ben Dyke Brown.
Van
All right.
Dyke. Van Dyke.
Gotcha. Favorite movie of all time?
Favorite movie of all times, I'd have to say Once Upon a Time in America.
Favorite topping on pizza?
Well, I'd have to say olives.
Love them, dude. We right there. I'm right there with you. Love
Not
them.
black olives, green olives.
I'll take black or green. I don't care.
Okay.
Favorite Michael Jackson song of all time?
Oh, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough.
Favorite Bible character?
Favorite Bible character? That would have to be, I'd have to say it would have to be Paul.
Okay. Now, would you prefer pizza or sub?
That depends where I'm at, where I am. I'd have to say if I'm here on the East Coast, I'll have to go with a hoagie or a sub. And pizza pizza here too. But I'd have to say of the two, I'd go for a sub.
Favorite WWE wrestler?
Not into wrestling.
Okay. What about, are you into Marvel or DC?
I'd have to say more DC.
Okay. So of Batman, Superman, Aquaman, Flash, Wonder Woman, favorite DC character?
I'll go with Aquaman. I liked him so much. I liked him so much as a kid. I have an antique, a 1967 Ford Galaxy 500 that's named Aquaman because the color is like an aqua or turquoise. So we call him Aquaman.
Whoa, all right. What was your first car?
My first car was a 1970 Maverick. Ford
Color?
Maverick.
Tan. Were you super cool and super fly in your Maverick?
Man, pimpin' ain't dead. Pimpin' ain't dead. They called me the Mac. Because I had a gold or a tan colored Maverick. We called it the Maverado in college. The Maverado.
Favorite vacation spot in the world?
I'd have to say South Africa. Joburg.
Now, have you been, or is that a desire to go?
Been there.
Wow. How about this? This is going to be our last question. An ATV ride in the mud or jet ski in the ocean?
I'd have to say an ATV in the mud. I'd like that. I've never done it, but I'd like it.
My man, it is the best. I'll tell you about it after the show. But
okay.
It's just amazing for you to hear you say that. And we're just going to get right. We just wanted our guests to know you, just understand who you are and what you're about, because you're a man of many facets, many colors, many types. So wanted to ask you, when did you discover that you had a passion for art and being an artist?
It came early. I believe what happened to me, I was in it was about 1959. I drew, my dad had just entered the ministry.
Okay.
And in those days, if you didn't go to Oakwood or a denominational school, they gave you like a year they put you on, the conference put you on, but you weren't paid. You were given expenses, but you weren't paid. They wanted to see if you were sincere. And so the reason why I brought that up, money was a little tight back in those days. And I remember I liked to draw, and I did a watercolor, which in my opinion, watercolor is the hardest of all the mediums to me.
Mm.
Um, it's very confining and it dries fast. So you have to know what you're doing. You have to know how to lay down those color values pretty quick because it's a quick drying medium. I did I had some watercolors. It's a little cheap pack that probably my mother gave me, and I cut out this cardboard box. The way the clothes used to, when you buy like a jacket or something, the box they put it in. We were so poor, I had to cut that out and use that as my stationery or my drawing, what I drew on. And I did a painting of William Shakespeare.
Whoa.
And it was my parents thought it was fantastic. So that's when I discovered there was a little talent there because everybody made such a big fuss over it.
So would you say that would be your defining moment of becoming an artist at that point?
That and all of my mother's brothers, all of my uncles were artists. They imagine black men making a living as artists in the 1930s and 40s and 50s. It just in the Midwest. They were in Ohio, and that's how they made their living. So that I think those were the things that inspired me, and plus the ability to do a little draw myself, to sketch myself.
Oh man, because art is very powerful. What emotion or message are you hoping that people experience when they look at your art?
Okay, I have a couple of facets to me. There's a couple of sides to me. In other words, there's the commercial side where I'm a caricaturist, and that's how I make my living. I do basically portraits and caricatures. That's how I live. But the other side of me is painting, and my paintings tend to be confrontational, if you will. So that my paintings inspire me the most because I believe that God put me here to speak truth to power through my art.
Now, you say confrontational. What do you mean by that? If you can expound on that.
Can you see that one there? That
Yes.
painting?
Yeah, hold it up just a little bit for the audience. Yes.
Okay, hold on.
No, you're fine.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, see it a little bit better.
Okay.
Okay. No
This
worries.
is this is confrontational art.
Oh,
You see what it says?
no, I can't read it right now. It's a little bit too small for me. I'll have to wait till we go to the big screen
Okay.
because we're sharing double screens now. But what does it say?
It's a picture of a hanger, a coat hanger.
I
Can you
see
see
now.
that?
Yes.
Okay, and the caption reads, "The pro-lifers' preferred method."
Hmm.
Okay, it's a painting on the issue of abortion or the lack thereof.
Oh,
So
wow.
since they overturned Roe, they overturned it, And now, what I'm saying in this picture is the pro-lifers' preferred method simply is stating that obviously politics has gotten in the way of this, and they have resorted where women are going to have agency over their own bodies. Let's face that. So, in other words, if they have to illegally get an abortion, so be it. They're going to do that because of these idiots in Washington. These, I'm going to say it, these white males, old white men that have no business in anybody's lives or anything about a woman's body. They have made it where they're going to resort back to this symbol. And what I mean by that, Jay, is there was a time and time gone by. See, you've grown up with with Roe, so you didn't know the fight in the battle back in the 60s and 70s, early 70s, with Roe versus Wade. And what happened is a lot of times women had abortions by illegal means, dangerous means, where
Mm.
they took coat hangers in some cases and had abortions. So somebody would come in and give them abortion with a coat hanger. So that's what that symbolizes.
Wow.
Okay. So in other words, why I said the preferred method is because obviously you want women to go back to this type of behavior because they're going to have their abortions if they need it. And everything was fine. 50 years, it was fine. People could legally do what they wanted. Women could do what they wanted, or make their own decision. Now they've taken that away. So it's obvious that they prefer women doing drastic things to have an abortion. That's what the painting is about.
And that would actually lead me into my next question, which is now obvious because of what you just said. I was
Mhm.
going to ask you, does each art piece tell a story?
Most of my paintings do. In other words, the commercial side
Hmm.
is more money driven. It's how I support myself. But my paintings, most of them tell a story.
Well, let me ask you, how has your style changed over the years? Or has it changed over the years?
Well, I mean, over the years, what's happened is you get more versed in it, you get better, and you get more experience with the use of colors. You study art and blah blah blah. So my art, of course, just because of chronologic, age, has changed over the years. Um, I would say now I'm a little more feisty with my artwork because I'm 71 years old. I've seen it all, baby. So, before I was doing commercial art to make a living, and then I was doing cute little scenes and portraits that didn't tell a story to make a living. But now that I'm, how shall I say, self-actualized, I'm a little more feisty. I'm in your face with stuff, as you can see, with stuff like that.
Over a period of time. Now, you donate your time someplace helping people with art and painting. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah. I call it my ministry,
Okay.
and that is I go into hospitals and health centers like the VA. I work. I'm contracted at a hospital to come
All right.
in and draw the patients, and I draw the staff. Sometimes they have like um, initiatives, and they need a portrait or a painting of somebody, and I do that. And I draw the patients, and in particular, I draw cancer patients, pediatric cancer patients, and um, mental health. I deal in the mental health department, where I actually even teach them how to paint and draw.
Hmm. So what have you learned from them, this particular population? What have they taught you?
They have taught me to stop being a little excuse excuse my French, but they have taught me
Yeah.
a lot. It was for the better. I used to be a kind of uptight kind of guy, worried a lot. I always was a worrier about whatever. I was that guy. It slowed that process down a lot when I started working at the hospital, because I got to see, yo, man, what are you complaining about?
Mhm.
You're looking at people that are fighting for their lives, and here you are worried about a bill or a car or the mundane things that are not really important in life. You are a jerk. You got look at these people. These are the people that I get. They inspire me because they're tough.
Mhm.
So that's what I get out of working in the health industry.
Mm. And why do you believe creative expression is so important?
No, I mean it's just like keeping things bottled up inside of you. If you don't let them out, you know, you're going to have a stroke. You could have a heart attack. It's the same with art. Art is an expression that God has given everybody. A lot of people, like in my classes, I not only teach, I teach for I have a community. I reside in Teaneck, New Jersey, so I teach art at a community center, the Richard Rhoda Center in Teaneck, New Jersey. And these are just anybody that wants to come in, and they're not sick or mental patients or anything like that.
Mhm.
But you know, it is expanded to other communities also.
Man, that is extremely nice. So, what do you say to the person that's not really an artist, but they want to start trying to get into it and try to expand their knowledge and even improve what skills they do have?
Well, number one, I encourage anybody that's looking at art is number one, you know, stop comparing yourself. Like I in my classes, I don't allow the saying or the expression, "Oh, that's better than mine," or "That's good. That work is
Mhm.
better than mine." I don't allow that in my class. I believe that art comes from you, so it's not bad. There's no such thing as bad artwork to me. I've seen some artwork that has challenged that philosophy, but for the most part, uh, if it's coming from you, it's good artwork. So that's
Mm.
number one. And number two, I get a lot of inspiration because you were asking me something about inspiration, what inspires me. Children's art. I look at children's art quicker than I'll look at one of the old masters to get references. Definitely. Yep. Yep. Of the two, if you put Michelangelo up and you put or Van Gogh up, and you put my 3-year-old great niece's work up, I'm going to look at hers first.
Hmm.
You know why?
Why?
It is unadulterated. It is sincere. It's pure. They most if you look at children's artwork, the colors they have a ball with their colors, and all of those things are components of a successful rendering. So I borrow from children, a lot of times.
So how would you define with art? Can you say that there is success with it, or it is what it is?
It's both, I would say. But success in art to me is feeling. How does it make you feel? Like all of my work, when I do my artwork, Jay, I love. I guess maybe a day or so after I started, when it comes into fruition, when it's starting to come to light, that is an ecstasy that I can't describe. When you realize, oh man. See, I look at mine as a boxing match between me and the canvas, or me and the illustration board. I look at it as a boxing match, and each of us are trying to win. The canvas is trying to win by making me not win, and I'm mixing paints and I'm doing my thing to make this thing relevant. And when you hit that point when you see it coming together, there's very few things that make me feel better. I said
Okay.
very few things.
All right. Now, few things. I got it. Few. But let me just give the audience some history here, or tell a little bit about you. His mother's family is from a place called Germantown, Ohio. They have a family church called the Dale Wright Memorial Seventh-day Adventist Church. In the gym area, Ike has drawn his mother and all their siblings, leaders of each clan, which I find to be one of the most amazing murals that I've ever seen of a person that I can actually sit, shake their hands, and talk to them. What inspired you to do those pictures?
Those pictures, and those were straight out of love. I didn't charge the family a doggone commission on those, because the love that I have for each and most of them had passed away when I did those. My mother was still around, and she lived quite a few years after that. Who else was still around?
Your Uncle William was still there.
Uncle William
Was there.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There. I guess there was out of what was there? Six of them.
7.
There was 7 of them.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess like maybe 3 or 4 of them had passed away.
Right.
But no, even Uncle Paul was alive.
That's true. Right. Uncle Paul. Yeah.
So I guess most of them got. Aunt Audrey didn't get to see him,
Mm-hmm.
and Uncle Dale, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, he didn't get to see him, and Uncle Harold did.
Uncle Harold. Yeah.
Yeah, because I did him in 2005, and he passed away so it was 3 that were gone, and then there were 4 that were living. Now, what was your question you were saying?
Well, I would say, as you look at that, what really truly inspired you? You said love.
Oh, the love.
No worries.
And a lot of them, all of them, were done with through tears of love and respect, and that medium was airbrush. I used an airbrush on those because I wanted that big dynamic, because they were all, they were like, 4 feet by 6 feet. They're very big.
Huge.
And, yeah, they're very big. And I use the airbrush because I have a background in murals. So I love doing murals, and I used to love doing murals with airbrush. So that's the medium I chose. But that's not my favorite medium, but it's a medium that worked, as you can see.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate that. And I think that that's something that you have truly left a legacy in that area with your family, with the Dale Wrights. Because as each generation comes in, they're able to see the pictures, able to have a visual of the people that they hear in the family meeting, or they hear people talking about, or as you all go through your family numbers, and that is discussed, which is an awesome way to identify and to make sure that everyone is accounted for. Yeah. And that's extremely positive. But you're looking at, so how can families and communities encourage more creativity? Overall,
yeah, that's a good question. it's nothing for, I would say like community murals, community clean outs. You clean out some areas and then you put murals up. They're doing that a lot in neighboring town out here in Hackensack. They have different communities that come out and they put up murals. And that's fantastic. It brings them together. They're able to celebrate what they create, and it's good for the community. It makes property values go up, and to clean up an area and around a building or something. White out the wall of the building, throw up a mural. That's what communities should be more involved with.
Well, I'm looking at what legacy would you like to leave in the community where you are in TNAG or the hospital, community center? What legacy would you like to leave?
I guess I would like people to know that ultimately that I sacrificed and I love for art, my love for art, and resistance, like confrontation. That's what I would love to be, my legacy to be. That I was not painting daisies and oranges and bananas and cute stuff.
Right.
Even though that's how I make my living, I do portraits and non-threatening art on that level. But on my own, I want my legacy to be that I use my skills, my art, to deliver messages of hope, messages of love, messages of what's not right. Though that's what I want my legacy to be.
Man, that is absolutely awesome for everything that you have. And you did send me like 3 caricatures that I'm going to add to the podcast. So people can kind of see your work and what you did. You did show us the large one there, but you have such a vast and wide and sharp eye for art and the way that you present it. I mean, that's why every time I see you on Facebook or whatever social medium that I see you on, I try to show you some love and say, hey, nice work. I
You do.
love it. Even if it's a heart, I want you
And
to
that
know.
means a lot. That means a lot. Most artists, a lot of them are very, you would figure, they're laid back. Uh, they might appear that they don't care, but most artists love positive feedback or feedback. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be nice feedback, but they appreciate it. My thing is, I just hate the way things have gone in terms of technology. I have a contemporary artist that his name is Raymond Wade. We went to Oakwood together, and he's a master painter. And we post up. You post up on Facebook. You post up on Instagram, and you get likes. And I did a caricature of that, and as a response, because there's nothing worse for an artist to see a like symbol, a like symbol. We want you to talk to us. What did you get out of this? So I did a caricature or a cartoon of someone in a grave, and on the tombstone, here lies Ike. I was referring to me. Here lies Ike. He was liked to death. His art was liked to death. Because we want a little more. We do want a little. You don't have to buy it. We want you to buy it, but you don't have to buy it. But just don't like it. Give me something. Give me something to go on.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I got you. I am with you,
And
and
that's
that's
most artists. That's most
mhm,
artists. There,
right.
a lot of artists will put up a front like, "Oh, I could. It makes no difference." And all artists like their work to be uh, commented on, attention given, and opinions. So
Mhm.
don't like me. Tell me, I like that painting or that painting sucks, and the reason why I feel that, da 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 da. You know.
No, I just learned something because I always thought just simple acknowledgement, but understanding the mindset and what's actually you've spoken to us through the artwork. Now we need to verbally speak through you to let you know how the artwork left an impression upon us.
Exactly. Good or bad.
Yeah,
Good or bad.
good or
But
bad,
it's
controversial or mainstream, whatever the case may be. And I just want to say that you may be one of the greatest voices that we have right now in this generation. And never most people believe you have to stand on a stage and be in front of a great audience as a speaker. But what does it say? A picture's worth of what? 1,000 what?
1,000 words.
Yeah.
And you know what my slogan is on my business card for my caricatures? A
What is it?
caricature, a caricature is worth 1,000 laughs. I like that.
Oh man. No, that's definitely and that's for sure. But let me just ask you, because I want to close it down, but I definitely have to have you back because I didn't realize that this was the tip of the iceberg. And yes, I am going to impose upon you. I am going to impose. I got your number. I have your email, and I know some of your people. I know some of your people. See there? See there?
Yeah,
That's
they're
what my
calling
friends call
already.
right
Yeah, they're calling already. I
now.
knew I knew I should do this show.
Hold
I'm,
on, ladies and gentlemen. This may be a call from somebody very important, person that has
no,
seen his work, and they know that he's on this podcast right now.
no, no,
But
no. I cut him off. I didn't.
no, that's
It
all.
wasn't. It was a personal call.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I know you know big people in big places, but how would one get in touch with you or with your social media? Let us know that. So if someone wants to follow you, wants to look at your work, what direct us to your social media or how to contact you.
Okay, on um, Instagram. It's Ike. Hold on, let me get it because I just got a new business card. It's my email address is ikelester.com. I'm sorry, hello at ikelester.com. That's my email. If they go to Instagram, I have two. One is Ike underscore Lester. Uh, you know, that's my IG address. And then I have another one called Ike Lester Art. I just started that, and they can reach out to me there. Um, one either of those two.
Well, look, man, I appreciate you coming on. It has been great. It has been wonderful. Your time, sharing the knowledge, sharing from the origin, from your first water painting to what you're doing right now, from your hanging picture in protest of abortion to so many other caricatures that you present. Want to thank you and God bless you because what you do, He's given you that talent. Continue to use that talent for Him because if you don't use it, you know what will happen to it. You will lose it. You will lose it. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be all for us today. This is J Roll from the J Roll Call Podcast. So the next time the podcast gives you a call, answer the call and join the conversation. You can wave bye, Ike. Lift up your head to the rising sun. This is J Roll, motivator from the J Roll Call Podcast. Please like and subscribe to J Roll Motivator on IG, Facebook, and YouTube. Join us every Sunday evening from 7:30 until 8 p.m. for powerful conversations that motivate, inspire, and encourage. Hear real stories from real people overcoming real challenges. Streamed on YouTube and your favorite podcast platforms: Amazon, Apple, Spotify, Pocket Podcast, and iHeartRadio. So when the J Roll Call podcast calls, answer the call, join the conversation for real talk, real growth, real impact. Warrior, rise and conquer.